So you started off on a very major one, this issue of the air ambulance, cargo. Your colleague MP for Asin South, when he first made the statement he made, what was your reaction like? Well, it appears that he's saying you misspoke. You said a number of things earlier and then you've now come to do a U-turn. For instance, you said the flight was from Luanda. The tracking that we have seen from Fact Check Ghana, for instance, suggests that no, at no point did the flight come through from Luanda. So there's a view that you miscalculated your communication and ended up in a faux pas.
It's important that we don't nitpick. You see, let us go back to the basics. Where did this thing start from? On 1st April, Ntim Fordjour held a press conference and specifically alleged that there were 2 aircraft that had come to Ghana that were transporting drugs and money illegally. He named them as Flight Kavok 12BK and NA3A, I believe, which was an air ambulance. The other was a cargo plane. He said that these 2 planes were in Ghana for the purposes of drug trafficking and money laundering. So from the very first day, the onus has always been on him to provide evidence of this allegation. Now, even from the get-go, it was clear that he was peddling falsehood because he did not provide any evidence. And Umaru, if you make a statement and you don't show evidence, you are simply telling a falsehood. That is what it is. He didn't provide anything. I believe that he doesn't have anything. If he did, he would have made it public long ago. Because you recall that after the initial press conference, he has been on a media blitz. He has gone to so many media organizations to speak, and yet he has not, on one occasion, put on the table any evidence to back the claim that these 2 aircraft were here for purposes of drug trafficking and money laundering. Now, he made this allegation on the 1st of April, I believe. By 2nd April, relevant agencies had submitted reports on exactly what happened at the airport between the time that the aircrafts arrived and the time that they left, which reports are backed with documentary evidence, irrefutable proof that nothing untoward happened on those 2 aircrafts. I suspect that what may have happened is that somebody at the airport may have called Ntim Fordjour, perhaps an MPP fanatic, called Ntim Fordjour and told him that there were some 2 aircraft, I beg your pardon, on the tarmac and that they were suspicious. And he also went to town. He didn't do any checks, nothing. So I did a 7-minute video in which I summarized the findings that had come up after the agencies had looked into the matter. Mind you, the airport is also a security area. And so there is a multiplicity of state agencies who operate and whose work come together to ensure the smooth running of the airport. National security is present there. The National Intelligence Bureau is present there. Aviation security. In other words, the airport itself has a security arrangement. There is NACOC, whose primary duty it is to combat drug trafficking. They are there. And the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority is there. And the airport company itself is also there. All of these people had done their job as they should to ensure that there was nothing untoward about these aircrafts. And so, to the extent that he has failed to provide any evidence, he clearly is wasting everybody's time. President Mahama has called for investigations into the matter. But Umaru, you and I know that if Ntim Fordjour had evidence, he won't wait for anybody to call on him to make it available. The National Intelligence Bureau made efforts to get him to cooperate with them in this investigation. Through the minority leader, and indeed the minority leader will confirm this. The minority leader got back and said that Ntim Fordjour was speaking on behalf of a committee and therefore was not airing his own views, and so could not come. Subsequent to that, the NIB wrote to the speaker last week Thursday to release Ntim Fordjour. The speaker is yet to come back to the NIB on it, as far as I know. And anytime that the speaker responds to it, he will be available for questioning. I have requested that his interrogation or the questions that they pose to him should be recorded and released to the public. So that
his private interrogation.
It is not private. It's an investigation, is it not? So for purposes of public interest and transparency, they can show it.
Does that happen?
Oh yes, it's not the first. I recall that Rollins was interrogated once by the DMBNI, and the footage was put out.
That was like 100 years ago.
Yes, but clearly, if it serves the purpose, why not? The point I'm
Which
making,
means that you are very confident that...
Absolutely, because you see, Umaru, I've had opportunity to look at the evidence and the facts. against...
He says that if you think you have buried the evidence, he's going to splash in your face.
First of all, he has no evidence. That's the truth of the matter. And I think everybody, you see, we need to separate party fanatics who will hail anything in Fordjour says from reasonably minded people. You are a level-headed person, and there are reasonable people out there. When somebody comes to make an allegation and does not back it with facts, do you continue to entertain him?
What if he says he's holding back? He says he's holding back at the right time.
First of all, he's holding nothing. That is the position that we need to address. He is holding nothing. Based on the evidence that is available on record, the activities of these planes are documented. You see, you can't just fly a plane into a country and carry out any activity and leave. It doesn't happen in any serious country. And Ghana is a serious country. The Airport Company Limited has existed for decades. They have proper procedures that every aircraft follows. These two aircraft were subject to every security check that must be done. Nothing untoward was found. Umaru, in my video, and I urge you to play it to viewers so that they hear exactly what I said. I noticed that after Ntim Fordjour was roundly ridiculed on Saturday, after he failed to adduce any proper evidence and produce that incoherent rambling on Newsfile,